Ladies and gentlemen, this story came out on CNBC, and Trump is not a happy camper these days now that Michael Cohen is coming out and revealing all. Trump demands stiff prison sentence for his ex-lawyer. Michael Cohen accuses Mueller of seeking lies from witnesses. And Trump is a very emotional man. Whenever he gets up in his feelings, he runs straight to Twitter to let the whole world see. So, an angry Trump on Monday called for his ex-personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, to receive a stiff prison sentence for his admitted crimes, as he accused Cohen of making up stories to get a great and already reduced deal for himself. Trump of seeking lies from witnesses about Trump. His longtime associate, Roger Stone, as having the guts to withstand Mueller's prosecutors to make up stories about the president. Now, this is what he tweeted because, he can't contain himself. He's got to run to Twitter. J. Trump, Michael Cohen asked judge for no prison time. You mean he can do all of the terrible, unrelated to Trump things having to do with fraud, big loans, taxis, etc. Man, this man's writing is horrible. And not serve a long prison term. He makes up stories to get a great and already reduced deal for himself and get his wife and father-in-law. Well, Trump, don't you get your kids out of everything when y'all con people using them shell businesses in New York? You get them off scot-free. If we did what your children and yourself did, okay, he lied for this outcome and should, in my opinion, serve a full and complete sentence. Trump, you might want to refrain from screaming about who should go to jail if you know me, especially on Twitter. All that stuff he's running out there ranting about the FBI and Mueller illusion and stuff, that's going to all be held against him. Trump's latest rants came 3 days after lawyers for Cohen asked a judge in a court filing to give him no prison time when he is sentenced December 12th in U.S. District Court in Manhattan for charges brought by Mueller and other federal prosecutors. Cohen theoretically could get up to 70 years in prison if sentenced to consecutive terms for all of his crimes. But sentencing guideline would call for any prison term to be much less than that, in the range of several years. Cohen, 52, pleaded guilty in August to multiple counts of tax evasion, lying to a bank, and campaign finance violations. But Trump wanted to scream about voter fraud and all this other stuff is going on. Ooh, talk about not having your priorities straight. Although Trump's tweet suggested that those crimes are unrelated to the president, the campaign violations that Cohen admitted committing involved hush money payment that lawyers facilitated to two women, porn stars Stormy Daniels and Playboy model Karen McDougal, who claimed to have had affairs with the president more than a decade ago. Cohen had a judge that one of those payments was made at the direction of Trump to influence the 2016 election. Last week, Cohen also admitted to lying to Congress in 2017 by making a statement that minimized Trump's involvement in an aborted real estate project in Russia and by claiming efforts for that project ended months earlier than they did. In their court filing Friday, Cohen's lawyer noted that he is cooperating with Mueller's ongoing investigation and that he also has met with New York State tax officials who are also probing the president. Trump underreported payments to Cohen in official disclosures, a potential violation. Less than a half hour after zinging Cohen, the president in another tweet credited Stone with not being willing to make up lies about President Trump. So here's his next tweets, which talk about incriminating yourself. Donald J. Trump, I will never testify against Trump. This statement was recently made by Roger Stone, essentially stating that he will not be forced by a rogue and out of control prosecutor to make up lies and stories about President Trump. Nice to know that some people still have guts. So this is December 3rd, 2018 at 10:48 a.m. I guess he was done with his 3-hour workday at this point, right? The president then followed with a volley at Mueller, who is continuing to probe possibly obstruction of justice by Trump, Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election, and possible collusion by Trump's campaign. Okay, so this is his next tweet because he can't help himself. Bob Mueller, who is a much different man than people think, and his out of control band of angry Democrats they only want lies. Look who is talking, y'all. The truth is very bad for their mission. December 3rd, 2018 at 10:56 a.m. I wonder when he starts his 3-hour day. Do you think this is during the time he's working those 3 hours for America? The series of tweets underscore the fact that Trump has been unable to keep his fury over Mueller probe from becoming public, and even the stock market reacted positively Monday to the president reaching a new temporary truce in a trade war with China. That's not going to last, y'all. George Conway, a Republican lawyer, critical of the president, who is also married to Trump's senior advisor, Kellyanne Conway, responded to Trump by referring to the sections of the federal criminal code that applied to witness tampering and to influencing or injuring a grand juror or another officer of a court. So you see George Conway, and I don't think he likes Trump, and that's going to become a big problem very soon. All right, so he's quoting the federal file under 18 U.S.C. 1503, 1512. I will never testify against Trump. The statement was recently made by Roger Stone, essentially stating that he will not be forced by a rogue and out of control prosecutor to make up stories. So he was responding to that and saying, he's breaking the law. Okay. So here's another one. Mark Warner. This is serious. The president of the United States should not be using his platform to influence potential witnesses in a federal investigation involving his campaign. So he's responding. They're both telling him, what you're doing is wrong. Goes out on Twitter to talk about a federal investigation. I mean, there's all kinds of breaches going on right here. A spokesman for Mueller, as well as a lawyer for Cohen, Lanny Davis, declined to comment when asked about Trump's tweets. The White House did not respond to a request for comment. There's all problems with this. Investigations are going on. No president on this planet should be out on Twitter talking about a case this serious and that's been going on since he's been in office. I think a lot of people would have ignored what was going on had Trump not go out and make all these tweets all the time. I think it would not have gotten the public attention. But the fact that he keeps going out on Twitter, blasting people, demanding people get arrested, putting the FBI down, putting down Mueller, blasting his own cabinet members, he's just making things even worse and more incriminating for himself. No president should be on Twitter talking about a federal investigation, especially while it's still active. This is really inappropriate, but we know Trump is an inappropriate person. This, mm, this is going to all come back to haunt him. Trust me, it is. They are definitely keeping track of all of these tweets. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.